Happy Wednesday, everybody, and even more so, happy blood flower lunar eclipse super full moon tonight. I hope I got everything in there. Very, very exciting evening. I hope that you were able to see pictures of the eclipse. I know not everybody was able to see it outside of their house, but you can always just Google the pictures of the blood moon that was this morning. Actually, it was about 5 o'clock this morning here. And I'm going to be talking a little bit about that in a moment. There is just a few days left for my promotion for this month. This is for my Patreon page. That is the tier 3, that if you sign up for the 3rd tier, which is setting up to do classes once a month with me, then you not only will be getting the spell kit that I send to you, but also my newsletter and my videos that I make just for my patrons, but you're also going to get one of these little wooden pendulums that actually open up, and you can actually put things in them to help you find things even more. They're just really, really cool. And so I have 2 different ones that you can get one of those. And also something that I have started just today is that for my tiers 2 and up, I've actually started working on writing invocations for full moons that are specifically for the different goddesses that I've been studying. I am working on a book series on the ancient goddesses, and I've been researching for a few years on them. And now I'm putting them, this is part of why I got onto Patreon, is because that is really for writers and artists and things like that. And so I'm going to be posting for every full moon a different invocation that you can use for your full moon. So hopefully those of you that are on my 2nd tier and up have been able to read through it. And this one is for the Greek goddess of flowers, since this is the flower moon. And so that is another thing that you would get if you signed up for my 3rd tier and up, is that you would also get all of my goddess invocations. And these are all going to be going into my books that I'm writing. So this is just getting me, all the stuff that I'm already working on. I'm trying, that's why Patreon is so awesome for me, because I'm able to combine all the different things that I've been working on and keep it all in one space. Okay. So don't forget to sign up before the last day is next Monday on the 31st. So if you want to make sure to sign up and get one of the pendulums and everything else, then you need to sign up by that time. Okay. All right, so we've had an interesting week. Last Thursday was the 7 of Coins, and this represents hard work, sustainability, and reaping the benefits of your hard work. This really signified last Thursday that there was no shortcuts or no quick wins or winning the lottery or something like that. At least, well, I hope that some of you did, but this is more of the prolonged, sustainable work that we all had been doing really positive work on. Okay, so that was Thursday. And then Friday was the spindle tree inverted. And this tree, when it's inverted, represents that we need to find the sweetness, delight, and sudden intelligence in our daily lives, and that all of the happiness is a gift rather than a given. Okay, so that was Friday. And then Saturday was the Emperor. And this is King Arthur right here. This is in my Legend of the Arthurian, Tarot of the Arthurian Legends. That's what it is. And so the Emperor represents masculine divine energy, a good leader, and a compassionate man. And this really indicates that Arthur, he understood that the people in the land were one, and the king in the land were one, and that's why he set out to find the Grail, which is the representation of the goddess. And so Saturday was very powerful with this masculine balanced energy. And then we get to Sunday, which was turquoise. And turquoise, it's a beautiful teal stone, and they vary in degrees of the blue and the green. But turquoise represents the balance of the heart and the throat chakra. So that way you are speaking your mind and your truth. That's very important that you speak your truth. So Sunday, we were all being called on to speak our truths and also to really work on healthy boundaries. So that was Sunday. And then Monday was the Queen of Chalices. And she represents, and this was, just a specific person, or yourself. And she represents love and healing. She's very psychic, and she uses her empathic abilities to help other people. So that was Monday's energy. And then yesterday's energy was the Knight of Cups inverted. And this was very much, I definitely was like, yep, that was absolutely me. This didn't feel as much of a person as it was, the energy and the Knight of Cups, or grails, or chalices. They are usually the guide to our dreams and our meditation. And when it's inverted, then it represents poor sleeping, nightmares, things of that nature. And let me tell you what, I woke up in the middle of the night from one of the most horrendous nightmares by my one dog, Hamish. He's very much in touch with his inner wolf, and he likes to howl, but he even howls in his sleep. And he doesn't do it very often, but perfect timing, I guess, of me having this horrible nightmare that I get woken up by him howling in his sleep. So that was just fantastic. And then today's card was the King of Pentacles. So we had a lot of people, right? The King of Pentacles, today was a really positive day for prosperity and abundance and success. And this is definitely part of this full moon energy. This full moon is just really, it's really been amazing. And I think that a lot of this, I think that with the poor sleep, that's also part of the moon energy, that I tend to not sleep very well around the full moon, and a lot of people don't as well, just because it's such high intensity energy. And so I think that we've really been affected a lot by this full moon. And the thing that I really saw a pattern with this past week is this connection. We have money and happiness, and how do you find that balance? Because our society is very we have a very skewed notion of what happiness is, and money is desired, and it's also seen as evil, and it's like it's so convoluted with the opinions of finances. And also people only assume that abundance is just more money, when in fact it's also food, and that you have clothes on your back and you have a house and all of these different things. And one of the things that I've really realized is that we have a hard time finding happiness in relation to money in our society, because since it is a capitalistic society, and we don't have a lot of our basic needs met, then that's why we have a hard time finding that happiness. And that a lot of people go overboard and they think that the only way that you're going to be happy is with money, when in fact that's not actually it either. It is that satisfaction, or that being able to have all of your needs met. And that doesn't mean that you have to, have a gold toilet seat, or, you don't have to have all these fancy things in order to feel happy or satisfied. But one nice comparison to make, and if you have a chance to watch on YouTube, there's a really interesting video that talks about how all of the people in the different countries in Europe are always ranked higher in happiness than anybody in the United States. And there's this one video, I think it was by MSNBC or one of the news programs, but they did a really long video. And if you just go into YouTube and you type in happiness in Europe or something like that, then it's going to pop up that it really shows why the people in Europe are much happier than in the United States. And one of the main things is that, yes, they have higher taxes, but all of their needs are being met to begin with. So therefore, they are not stressing out all the time, working 80 hours a week just to make ends meet. And so I really think that that's something that we all need to really think about a little bit more, is how can we really change our society? It's not, everybody thinks that it's just our own fault, right? That if we don't have enough money, then we're not going to be happy. Or if we do have money, then we're unhappy because it's evil. And it's just a really complicated thing that you can, and then we, in addition to all of that, then we also have a lot of the prosperity ministers that are constantly gouging people, poor people, for their money, and promising them eternity and heaven and stuff like that, when that's not it either. I mean, when your entire religion is supposed to be not about money, and yet the ministers have millions of dollars, then I think that there's something wrong there. But I really want you to, if you get a chance, go to YouTube and just type in happiness in Europe. And there should be a video that pops up by ABC or NBC or something like that about, people in the Nordic countries, especially, that are happier. And it's just because they have their basic needs met already. So they're not stressed out all the time. And that's our problem in our society, in the American society, is that we are always stressed about money. Every single person that I ever talk to is stressed about money in one way or the other. Whether they have it or whether they don't have it, they're still stressed about it. And I think that we really need to really balance and really take a look at how maybe we could do some things differently in our society. But, a lot of these things, we have this hard work, and we have, reaping the benefits of our hard work. And we have the King of Pentacles. And trying to find this happiness, but yet it's not a given. Happiness is not a given. You need to look for it, and you need to understand it. And then also, how do you find happiness when you're speaking your truth? Because you're not supposed to speak against something that is mainstream, right? And so it's really difficult to remain happy if you cannot speak your truth. And then we also just have those energies of, and the Emperor, that's also part of our society, our social structure, things like that. So just some things to think about. I'm actually going to be talking about jewelry and crystals to charge under the full moon tonight with my patrons. And so I hope that you all are doing well. And I hope that you all that have been thinking about signing up to do monthly classes with me will do that by, by Monday. Okay, so that way you get signed up and you get one of these awesome pendulums. And also, if you sign up today, then you can access that full moon invocation that I wrote up for the Greek goddess of flowers on there. So I think that that's pretty much it for this video. So I hope that you all are doing well, and that you are going to enjoy this full moon. Just get out there and just soak up that full moon energy, right? It's a very wonderful, powerful energy. And yet I also wrote a lot about how with this lunar eclipse and then the solar eclipse new moon that's in 2 weeks, there's a lot of interesting astrological things that are going on that you can access that with my newsletter on Patreon. So I hope that you all have a good week, and I will see you all next Wednesday. All right. Bye-bye.